You can now show off your current equipped item in your HUD in UEFN, and you can also show off how much ammo you have, how much reserve ammo you have, the weapons icon, the ammo icon, and you can play different animations like this little reload thing that appears, telling the player to reload. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this new view model, so let's get right to it. And here I am back in a blank UEFN project, and to actually start with making this, you want to go into the content drawer, and all you want to do is right click and go to user interface, and you want to make a widget blueprint. Now you want to make a user widget, and then once you made this, you want to call it HUD, and you want to go into it. Now this is the widget UMG, whatever it's called. If you don't know how to use this, I do have many tutorials on how to use it, but all we're going to do today is show you how to make a custom, ammo display your current weapon thing. So first things first, before we actually get to the HUD, I want to show you something. And to actually use this, you need to get a device, and it's in here. You go to Fortnite and you want to search a HUD controller. Now if you've been following recently, the HUD controller has gotten a few updates where you can now have a custom player info widget, but recently they just added the equipped item info widget override also inside of this device. So this means you can use it with another player info widget, but in this video we're just going to focus on the item info widget override. So if we go back into here, basically what we're just going to do is we're going to just make a canvas panel. Now this is going to be a very simple UI, okay? It's not going to be anything crazy. The first things first, we want to add a view model, and add a view model, we want to go into view bindings, and as you can see in here, so we're going to add a view model, and we're going to add the equipped item view model, wherever it is, the HUD controller equipped item view model right here. This is the view model we want, so we're going to select it. Now we have it selected. Now you just want to close this. Now this is now a ammo widget. So just very simply, we're gonna make this super simple. We're just gonna go up here and we're going to go into common. We're gonna grab an image. And this is going to be our image of our equipped item. Okay, we'll just put it right maybe like there so we can see it. Now this is going to turn into the PNG that is the equipped item. We also want a text block that's going to be for our, it's going to be a weapon name, and then we can have our current ammo, which is going to be 0. That's going to be our first ammo, and we just want to make sure that the way it scales is correct. So you want to go down to here, and I'm going to do justification. I'm going to put onto the right justification, so it goes to the right. And then we can go here. I'll throw on a little guy like this, and then we're going to put in another one here that's going to be, whatever the maximum is. And because if I make this so it's only 9, it's going to be all the way over there. What we can do is we'll make it so it's justified to the left. So if it's only 9, it's going to be, placed correctly-ish, if that makes sense. And with our weapon image, we can also add in another image down here. This is going to be for our ammo. This is our ammo image. So it can be either light bullets, small bullets, big bullets. There we go. And I'm just gonna make it centered. There we go. Perfect. Now, okay, this UI is a very bare bones, okay? And it's not going to scale correctly when we try to use it. It's going to be all over the place. So what we need to do is we're going to add in an overlay. I'm just going to put in an overlay in here. Now, inside this overlay, we're just going to put everything inside of there. So we're going to grab everything in here. I'm just going to put inside our overlay. Now, it's going to be all in the corner up here. So we're just going to place them again. So we want to use the vertical alignments to change it. This is that doesn't really matter. I'm going to call this it's going to be the weapon image. So I'm going to pin this to the side over here, and then I'm going to make it so it's bigger. The weapon image is about that big. There we go. Then I'm going to grab our slant. I'm going to just bring it over here. We'll use the padding to just get it to the right spot. We'll go left a bit. So that's at 125. Then we're going to grab our 99. We're going to use our horizontal and vertical alignment. We're just going to put it there. Sorry, what am I doing? There we go. Then we're going to use our padding to move it sideways. So a little bit over. There we go. And then we're going to get our 99. We'll do the exact same thing. Put it in the same area, but then make it so it's like, then we're going to move it to its right a bit. Maybe like 130, 140. Yeah, there we go. So that's placed better. And then we'll just get our other image, which is going to be our ammo image. I'm just going to pin that over there in the middle. And we're just going to move it to the right, 30 or 20. There we go. We'll put that in a little bit. And then we'll grab our weapon name. Again, we'll just pin it to where we need it. So we need it on the top. So we'll do the top right. And we'll just make it maybe in the middle. Pat it a bit left. Maybe make this a bit bigger. It's a bit fiddly, but you'll get it. It's 60. There we go. 60. And I'm going to bring it down top. There we go. Now we have this little HUD that's going to show our current weapon, and as you can see, we can just move it around and it will work. Now, very important thing, we need to get our anchors, so we need to use this little flower thing up here to use our anchor. Make sure we have the overlay selected because we can't use the anchors on any of these, and we're just going to put our anchor on top of it like this. And I think I might center it. There we go. This will just help it so it scales to the HUD correctly if the HUD changes size. So after we've made this, we just want to compile it. It should work fine. There we go. Okay, but now we have an overlay with a bunch of stuff in here. Now, just saying, this way of doing it is a kind of a, as you probably just saw, it's kind of annoying. But there's actually an easier way we can do this. We're going to use something called the grid panel, and we're just going to drag it into our overlay. And this grid panel right here is going to allow us to have a thing. So what we're just going to do is we're going to put in all 4 of these our image, our thing inside of this grid panel. And you're gonna see it's going to do a little thing like that. Then we'll just move it there, and maybe I'm gonna set all the padding to 0, just to show you how this works. That does make it easier. The way grid panels work is that they can work with columns, okay, going left from right. So what we want to do is we want to make our ammo at 0, column 0 right here. We're gonna make our slant column 1. We're going to make our 99 column 2. We're going to make our ammo image column 3. And when you look at that, it automatically did it for us, which is very helpful. And if it changes, like if it goes to 99 or up here or this way, or it's like this much, we gotta dynamically move everything and change things to what we need it to be. It's very handy. And grid panels are really useful for when you're making buttons and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, who cares? So we're going to add some more advanced stuff to this later. But for now, we're just going to do view bindings. And to do it, we're going to go into our view bindings, and we're just going to get our weapon name. We're going to select it. And then in here, we're going to add a widget weapon name. Then we're going to get the text of the weapon name by selecting here and just go to the text. And we're going to do one way the widget because we're putting something into the text. And we're going to go into our HUD equipped item view model. Then in here, we're going to grab our ammo counts. Oh, sorry, no, what? and then in here, we're going to grab our item name, because that's the thing we need. And there we go. And this should work automatically. If we just compile, there we go, perfect. Then next thing you want to do is you want to get our 99. And also, by the way, if it gets annoying where like whenever you're binding and it automatically just goes down to here, you can click this button up here, the dock and layout, and you can actually just put it anywhere you like. You can leave your bindings down here and they won't disappear if you're trying to bind. It gets helpful. Anyways, we're going to grab our 99. We're going to add the widget. And then in here, we're going to get the text of the widgets, because that's a text block. And then we're going to go into here and we're going to grab our ammo count. But you're going to notice something. It doesn't work. This is because ammo count is actually a integer and text is a text. And you can't put an integer into a text straight up like this. So we need to convert the integer into a text. So we're going to use a conversion function. And we're going to use toText integer. And then in here, once we have that, we're going to then go into here. We're going to grab the value. And we're going to make that value ammo count. So that 99 will now become the ammo count that's currently in our weapon. And that'll be done. And if we just compile it, it should work fine. There we go. And we'll do the exact same thing with 99. So we're just going to grab our text. We're going to then get a conversion function to toText integer. And I'm going to grab our value, which is going to be our ammo surplus instead of the ammo count, because this is the surplus. And there we go. Now, last thing we do is our images, and our images are slightly different, where if you select them and add them, all we need to use is the brush. So I'm going to get the brush of the image. Then in here, if we go into here, we're going to grab our item icon. Now, this looks like it would work, and I'll compile it. As you can see, it doesn't. So we're going to go into our conversion function. If you've seen my older tutorial, you can pick the make image brush from texture or material, and that would work for the player icon, if you remember. But that actually won't work this time. So we're going to use another one called make brush from soft texture instead. And we're just going to put in the texture in here. We're going to put in our, where is it? Our item icon. And we're just going to save that. So now this icon will become our current item. And then last but not least, we just need our ammo, which is going to be this little image right here. We're going to add that. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to get the brush of it. We're going to get the conversion function, make brush from soft texture. And then we're going to get the texture, which is going to be our ammo icon. So now we have our entire thing all set up nice and well. Next step is to go back into UEFN. And we're just going to add this to our HUD controller. So we're going to go into our corrupt item info widget override we saw earlier. And then we're just going to add in our ammo HUD. And there we go. Voila, it's working. So we're just going to make it so it shows the HUD. And also just one more thing to make this more look better. I'm just going to add a background to it. I'm going to make a material. This is going to be the most simplest background ever. It's just going to be black, and we're just going to make it so it's going to be we're going to make it so it is a user interface, and we're going to make it so it's translucent. We're going to grab a black color or whatever, doesn't really matter, and then we're going to make the opacity 0.7. I'm going to apply that, and then we're just going to just throw it in here. There we go. We have like a little black opacity background. If I actually just put that into the grid panel, and then I put it underneath everything, there we go. Center it. Make it so it's a bit bigger. Oh, it's not the grid panel, I'm stupid. The overlay. Put the overlay, make it as big as you need it. There we go. Then problem is we just need to put it for everything. There we go. And now it's behind, and I might just make it so it's a little bit less. I'm gonna make it 2. There we go. So now we have a little bit of a background to it, so it looks a bit better. There we go. Anyways, next step is we'll just go out and we'll see how this looks in game. I'm just going to make an item spawner. I'm gonna grab a gun or something. Item spawner. we're going to add in a gun, like a assault rifle. I'll do, and then we'll just now in game you're going to see something. It's a bit it's what's the word? It's not exactly perfect, all right. It's all over the place. It does dynamically change what I have. I guess you can see it changes my hand, and then it changes to assault rifle, but it's still a bit on the weird looking side. Now the reason why it didn't work is because we didn't actually put in our width and height into both of our image and the weapon image bindings. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to grab the numbers we put on here. So it's going to be this and the width, and then we're going to put the Y, which is the height, in here. There we go. Next up is we're going to get our other one, which is this guy, and then we're going to copy and paste his height in there as well. So it's 32 by 32, so 32, 32. That'll work. And now we have defined the heights and everything. We're just going to compile this, and then we're just going to go back into a session. And now if we load into the game, you're going to see my hand is a lot bigger now. And if I grab the gun, you can see the size of all the UI elements are now actually more what they should be. And as you can see now, it's showing the icon of the weapon I'm holding, how much ammo I have left, the name of the item, and the icon of the kind of ammo I'm using. Now, it might kind of get annoying if you swap to a no weapon and you see your ginormous hand there and no weapon. Like, there's no point even displaying it at that rate. So they actually hide it when you swap to no weapon that has anything like a magazine or anything like that. You can actually use something to do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a way to hide the overlay when, let's say, we're not holding a weapon that has a gun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the overlay and we're just gonna bring it in here. And then we need to get the visibility because we want to make it so the overlay turns off if you're not holding a weapon that has a magazine. So what we can do is we'll go into here and we're going to grab our visibility. You know, you can probably see in here, we have a bunch of different things we can check. So we can have has infinite ammo surplus, is magazine type weapon, which we're going to use. We have hide everything and all these different functions we can use, which is very helpful. What we can do is what we're actually going to do is we're going to go into our conversion function and we're going to go to visibility boolean. This will allow us to change the visibility of it, and we're just going to connect that to a boolean, which is the is magazine type weapon. So now it's going to check if the is magazine type weapon is either true or false. It's then going to put that boolean into visibility. So if it's true, it's going to make it visible. If it's false, it's going to make it not visible. And just to show you what it looks like, if I just make it visible, it's going to look like this. So it's going to completely turn off the UI. So now if I go back into game and if I just grab my gun, as you can see, if I'm not holding anything, it's going to be hidden. But if I swap to my weapon, it's now displayed. So now we can show and hide the UI depending on if we have a weapon in our hand or not, which is very helpful. Now, next issue we're going to run into is sometimes you have infinite ammo and you can just use your ammo infinitely. Now, there's actually a flaw with how I made this, alright? So if we go into both our ammo and our ammo surplus, as you can see, I did ammo text, then I converted it to the ammo count. Now, the problem with this is that if, let's say, there's infinite ammo, the infinite symbol will not appear because it's not a number. It's more of a like a text thing. So to fix this, what we can do is instead of converting it, we're just going to use straight up the ammo count text function up here. We're going to use the ammo count text instead, and we're going to also put in the ammo count surplus. So just as an example, I'm not going to push changes just yet. I'm going to just turn on infinite ammo, and I'm just going to start the game again. And as you can see, if you do have infinite ammo, as you can see, it's going to bug out, and it's going to go to the integer limit, or bit integer limit, or it's called the 2 billion or whatever it is, which is not what we want. That is not the number we want to display on our thing. But if I push changes with this new changes I just added, which is these using the text instead, now if I pick up my weapon again, as you can see, the number is now an infinite symbol, so it actually works, I guess. So it actually fixes itself. And if we just change this, so instead of having infinite reserve, we're just gonna make it so it's just infinite reserve ammo, and we just start the game. You can see that it's gonna change differently, where the other number is now going to be infinite. So now you can see how much you have left in the chamber, but as you can also see, you have infinite ammo, which is pretty helpful. Now also, using this ammo counter thing, you can actually count ammo, and we can use the player's ammo as a way to play different events in the UI. What I mean by this is if we go out of here, I'm just going to close the thing. Okay, so last thing in this video we're going to do is we're going to make a little animation that will play when, let's say, you run out of ammo. So it says reload when, let's say, you need to reload. So to do this, we're going to add in a text block, and this is going to be our reload text box. We're just call this reload, and this is going to play. We're just going to display if we need to reload, and we'll just put that in the middle. Here, a little bit higher, like there. Put that right there. Maybe we get it bigger. We'll turn on size content. So we move the box. There we go. So don't make it too big. That'll do. So then we have this little reload thing now. So what we can do with this is we gotta make sure that this plays obviously when our ammo is 0. We have nothing in the chamber. So we need to first make our animation, obviously. So we're gonna go to animations and we're just gonna add in this is gonna be our reload. We're gonna select our box and we're just gonna add it into here. Then once we have our box, we're going to now maybe, let's say, add in visibility, maybe a color and opacity, and maybe a transform. That'll do. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this animation maybe last like 1.5 seconds, and we're going to make it so the thing will transform over here. So we're gonna make it so its scale gets higher. So we're gonna make it the scale is going to be 0.5, maybe 0.5. So it's gonna get bigger when the animation starts. Then what we're gonna do is we'll get the color and opacity, and A is the opacity. So we're just gonna make it 0 for now, and then we'll just we'll key it. Then over to here, make the opacities 1. So as you can see, it's now fading in, and then we'll do it again over here, and it's going to now fade out to this again. There we go. And you press enter to make a key if you want to make it quickly. So it's going to fade in and fade out like that. So now we know to reload. Next step is, let's say we want to add another audio track. You might add something like a I don't know, bonus, Halloween bonus. That's pretty good. Now we're just going to make it so it fits right there. Make it a bit fade in a bit. Then we'll make it so the volume is pretty low. So I don't want to be super loud. That'll work for now. It's fine. You can tweak this how you want. And then finally, we just want to use our visibility track to make it so it's visible. I will just add a key for visible, like we're pressing a little plus sign. We just make sure it's going to be visible. So we're just gonna go out of our animation because it's done now. And as you can see, reload is still there. So we're just gonna go down to here. We're gonna do visibility, and we're just gonna make it so it's hidden. So and then we're gonna go into where is it? Color and opacity, and we're gonna make a 0. Oh, sorry, 0, because that's where we wanted to start. So that's gonna be 0 when it's there. Now we want to play this animation when we have no ammo. So to do that, we're going to add in a condition. I can just put it in here. There we go. And this condition, what we're going to do with it is we're going to get the ammo count, and we're going to find so it's equal to 0. So when our ammo is equal to 0, it's going to play the animation. So the play animation, we just want to go into here, the ammo HUD. We're going to queue play animation. We're going to find the animation we need, which is going to be reload. And if you don't see your animation, just remember to compile your thing. And then if you go into here, ammo HUD, you can now see our reload animation right here in reload. So that's our little animation we just made. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on restore state. That's very important. And then there we go. We have our animation all set up. Now, next step is we need to go and we need to add in another condition, because sometimes if you have something that doesn't have any ammo, you can still play the animation because technically your ammo count is 0. So let's say I'm holding a banana, and let's say I throw the banana. It's going to make my banana ammo count 0, and it's going to play the animation, which we don't want to happen. So to make sure this doesn't happen, what we can do is we'll add another condition, and we're going to make sure it's going to be ammo count, and we're just going to make sure we is magazine type weapon, and we're going to make it so it's equal to 0, so we don't have one. We're going to make it so the animation, we're going to queue stop animation, and we're just going to stop the animation reload because we don't want it to play if we're not holding a magazine type weapon. But we're not done yet. We're going to add in a new condition, and we're going to get our ammo count again. Then we're going to instead of equal, we're going to do not equal to 0, and then we're going to grab we're going to do queue stop animation, and then we're going to grab our reload animation. This is because any other time that we don't have our thing is 0, we don't want it to play the animation. So let's say if we reload or swap to a weapon that does have ammo, we don't want our reload animation still playing. So we're just going to make it so it stops animation if our ammo count is not equal to 0. So this should be done now. So if we just compile it and save it, and then we'll just post our changes. And just to let you know, I've added a bunch of different item spawners to test different weapons, and I've also re-enabled the player inventory. So we're just going to post changes now. And so here I am in game, and I've just been screwing around with it, alright? And if I shoot, obviously, as you can see, once I get to no ammo, it says reload. Obviously, I can't reload because I have no reserve ammo. For example, with the rocket launcher, if I shoot it, you know, it says reload because I have to reload. See, it works like that. But there's one little issue where if I'm holding something like an apple, and if I throw the apple, you're gonna see, for a split second there, I said reload. I think if I just throw it normally, like see, it says reload. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I can reload an apple. So I think there's a little bit of an issue. Let's see, if I throw 2, I can see it works. If I don't have any, it doesn't work. And also another issue is that off spawn, when you respawn, see, if I start the game again, as you can see off spawn, I get the message saying reload, because technically my ammo would be 0 right now. Now to actually fix this, I can think of 2 safeguards. We're gonna add another condition, and I'm gonna do ammo surplus instead, and we're gonna make it so when this ammo surplus is not equal, is equal to 0, we're gonna make it so it will stop the animation from playing. And then another thing we'll do is we're gonna add a new condition, and then we're gonna get the is magazine type weapon, and we're gonna use this as well. And we're gonna make it so if it's want it to be because we're not gonna, and we're gonna make it so when this is equal to false, we're just also gonna stop the animation as well. So it just stops the animation, so we don't have to, it stops it from happening. So now we have some safeguards. So we have ammo surplus. When it's 0, it won't play the animation, and when the magazine type weapon is also 0, it should also help. But I'm not sure if that's gonna help as much as I'm not sure if it's gonna help. I'm just gonna put that there though, because it should do something at least. I'm just gonna push the changes. And now if I respawn or just spawn in or whatever, it now doesn't actually play, which is very good. We want. And if I grab this apple, and let's say if I throw the apple, as you can see, it still plays, but you know, it actually, you know, so it knows now. So it's somewhat better, and it actually works now. So if I were to shoot my gun a lot, and if it were to be at 0, as you can see now, it will say reload. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, just to show you how to use this new UI. Obviously, you make it as more advanced or as more complex as this. This is just really, like, you know, basic, bare bones UI right here. And so just before the video ends, I'm just gonna tell you one thing. If I were to shoot this gun and it would reach 0, it still says reload, even though it's 0 reserve ammo, which is pretty useful. You know, I don't have any ammo, but you know what I mean. So it still plays the animation even though there's no reserve ammo. Now they actually fixed a little bit where it like appears randomly. You can make the animation just a little bit more delayed, like maybe like half a second more delayed, and it won't show when you throw something like that or something. Same with like maybe this airstrike, it won't show like that either. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you enjoyed the video, remember to like, subscribe, use my code in the fun shop, and thank you to all the members of the channel. And watch all these videos for more of my tutorials. That's about it. I'll see you all around.